The Chicago Sky win big in their first preseason game, 89-62 against the Brazilian national team. Can the Sky keep it up? How did the new look offense look? We're going to get into all that and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And hey, I know it's just a preseason game, and it's a preseason game against a non-WNBA team, but I must say, the Sky and their new system looks good. It looks real good. Now, it looked better in the first half than it did the second half. I think the Sky let their foot off the gas a little bit in the second half of the game. But overall, when you look at this game and just how it worked out for the Chicago Sky, like this was a game where, the Sky's offense, like you could tell very early on, the way that they're going to move the ball around the court is going to be completely different than how it was last season. Completely different than how it was. Right, there's way more intentionality in regards to how the Sky moved the ball. You saw much more attack mode from the Sky as well, all over the place. Right, you got passes from Angel to Kamilla, from Courtney Vandersloot to Angel to Kamilla. Like it was just the ball moved around a lot more fluidly out there. And you didn't get to see a lot of your starters in the second half of this game. That's kind of by design. It's preseason. You're not going to see a lot of those ladies in those cases, but when we had the starters out there in that initial run together, it looked really damn good. And that's really the biggest thing that you want to see from this guy is that looking clean, playing very well. And, it's those type of things that you saw from that. We did see Kia Nurse start today at the 3 after initially hearing that Rachel Allen could start there. That's perfectly fine. Kia Nurse was second in this team in scoring today. She scored 11 points, going 4-8 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range. Angel Reese today went 4-7 from the field, right? We talked a lot about how she needs to refine her field goal shooting percentage. But the one thing you notice about Angel is that teams are going to have a very difficult time keeping her off the boards this year. She went to the free throw line 10 times in this game. She went 4-7 from the field, went to the free throw line 10 times, went 7 of 10 from that. She finished with 15 points, 10 rebounds in this game, 2 steals as well in this game. And no block shots, surprisingly, even though that doesn't feel. Why does it feel like she should have had a block? Nonetheless, Angel played really well in this, and you could see that the confidence from mid-range. She took a couple of mid-range shots confidently, didn't hesitate when it came down to that. Didn't take any three-pointers, not expecting that too much from her. Kamilla Cardoso with 8 rebounds, 6 points in this game, 2 assists from her. Some times where she could have been a little bit more aggressive, admittedly. She played 19 minutes in this game. She went 2 of 5 from the field. You're going to need Kamilla to kind of understand, but, she had a lot of opportunities out there. They did identify and got her the ball a lot better today than what we saw last season. She's got to convert on some of those a little bit more. And we'll hopefully see that from Kamilla as the season goes on. Ariel Atkins only took 2 shots today. She got to the free throw line 2 times. She scored 2 points. You could tell Ariel Atkins, I don't know if it was a kind of a decision by the team to kind of move the ball a little bit more, maybe get Angel and Kamilla involved in the game. But Ariel Atkins didn't take a lot of shots today. And, again, I don't expect that to happen as the season goes on, but it is something you definitely noticed today is that Ariel Atkins wasn't necessarily the aggressive, looking to score a lot. But again, preseason games is hard to really kind of judge anybody too critically on that. I think that's going to come around as things go on in the season. So not really too worried about that aspect of it at all. Courtney Vandersloot, listen here. We were plus 16 when Courtney Vandersloot was on the court today. She only scored 2 points. She had 5 assists. But I tell you what, when Courtney Vandersloot was on the court, the Sky's offense looked and it looked better than what it did last season anyway. But you see right away how Courtney Vandersloot, being the extension of the coach on the court, is going to work out for this team. You saw how she's going to get everybody involved in the game, all that type of stuff. You saw really diligently from this. And, she just made a lot of really, really important plays created a lot of opportunities. Even though, only 5 assists, I think she probably could have easily had 3 or 4 more assists in this game, only playing 15 minutes. So I think that's going to be a really kick up that you're going to look from this team as well, going as the season goes on. But then let's talk about it. Haley Van Lith, 7 points on 2 shots. She only took 2 shots, got to the free throw line 5 times in this game. She went 1 and 2 from the field, but in her time, she had 7 points, 5 assists. Keep in mind, Haley Van Lith, one of the questions was, is she going to be able to play point guard? She was clearly the point guard when she was out there today, not playing shooting guard. She was running the offense. She also had 2 steals. Haley Van Lith showed a lot of heart today, a lot of heart. Got a bruise on her cheek within the first 2 minutes that she checked into the game. That was really good to see from her. She only played 12 minutes. But I think Haley Van Lith in this game showed kind of what her role is going to be. And I know I'm going to say this, and I think it's going to stir up kind of the wrong concerns in people, but I'm going to say it anyway. Haley Van Lith played the way it felt like Spoon wanted to see Dana Evans play last season. And I mean that in a positive way, meaning that she played a lot better than Dana Evans in that same similar kind of role. What's going on, Steve-O?
Yo.
How you feel about this game, brother?
I mean, feel good. I mean, despite it being, like we said, the Brazilian national team.
Yeah.
First thing
hold
we
on,
just
hold on real quick, because I'm about to cook somebody. First of all, yo dumb bitch ass. First of all, your name is Mal. You can't even take your name from be original with that. Who said that she couldn't play point guard? You dumb fuck. We said that she's going to have to adjust to playing point guard in this league, you fucking retard. Don't come in here trying to get over and trying to make yourself sound like you got something to say. This ain't the place. This ain't ESPN. I will absolutely cook your bitch ass to start the season. Come in here with some respect. You want to disagree? You can. Don't come in here calling nobody no dumb niggas when your mama named you Mal and she doesn't love you enough for you to have the common goddamn sense and decency to understand the goddamn game of basketball. Watch yourself, bitch. All right, go ahead, Steve-O. Sorry.
All right, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, who you was talking about, Haley?
Yeah, Haley Van Lith.
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's going to be a time where she has to adjust. And is that something crazy to say? No, because even the Courtney Vandersloots of the world had to adjust when they came to this league, because everybody know is when it comes to the guard play in this league, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to make the teams, make the league, because there's a ton of guards that can do what you can do. So when it comes down to it, especially with her being an undersized guard, being at 5'7", you're going to have to be she's going to have to learn the side of playing point guard a lot, which is something she felt like she learned at TCU. She felt like going to, which I felt like was a bad idea, going to LSU, getting put straight into that role. It taught her things she wasn't necessarily prepared for it, and it made her realize what she had to do going forward when she went to TCU, and she learned for it, and that was probably the best we ever seen her be a playmaker in her entire life, even going back to Louisville. So yeah, for goofy ass motherfuckers to say that she can play point guard, that don't mean she doesn't have things to work at. So at the end of the day, like, I don't know why y'all first of all, your name Mal. That was the first thing. Like I said, you got a half cut off name in the first name.
Anyway, I was talking about Angel Reese and like her seemed like I get it's the first preseason game. You don't want to go make one statement too hard one way or another. But like, how'd you feel about Angel's game today?
Like I said, it's slowly but surely, like, she's starting to realize, taking her time, learning actual post moves, working on her footwork, gathering herself, breaking some. I'm starting to see her break some of her bad habits. I didn't see her bring the ball that much low to around her waist like she normally does, but one thing we seen, she was efficient and she got to that line every single time. And when she made that line, she made majority of her shots. So that's all we can ask for. She gave us 15 and 10 in 16 minutes. That's what you ask for one of your best players on the squad.
Yeah, for sure. How'd you feel about Kamilla's game today? I'm not gonna say harsh, but I think that I was just real. Like, Kamilla had a lot of opportunities today that I feel like she needs to capitalize a little bit better on. Not to say she played terrible, but I just think like it was I don't know. It's because you started off really good, but I think it kind of tapered off a little bit. What you think?
Yeah, it's like when it comes to Kamilla, and it's some of the same things that we seen last year. Like she got to understand the balance of being aggressive, but at the same time, when she's in that aggressive mode, taking her time. Because we seen when it started to shift off of having the good half that she was just rushing. And I would say maybe conditioning might be she might got to get used back to the WNBA conditioning because I think the biggest thing I was looking at from her tonight is she kept letting in all the bigs or the big one I can't call them bigs, but the bigs that the Brazilians did have, they kept beating them to the spot. They kept beating her, boxing her out, beating her to the box out spot, beating her to her spots. Actually, like they actually watched some pretty decent tape on Kamilla because they weren't allowing her to catch it down low as much as she did towards the end. So yeah, she just got to understand with being aggressive, there got to be a grace period and some patience when that comes with it at the same time. So I think she just got to get a little bit more adjusted back into the league.
Yeah, I feel it. That's a fair assessment there. How does you feel overall about the offense today?
I loved it. It's a complete 180 of what we saw last year. Once again, it has a lot to do with the current construction of what our roster looked like. This roster is a complete 180, especially spacing wise and shooting wise and scoring wise. We got more than one scorer we can look at to go to with multiple rotations that we can throw out there. We got multiple knockdown shooters we can look at, and that with that being the two big lineups that we constantly going to watch, it's gonna be a kick out person ready at all times. So if they making that shot, it's just gonna be a long day for whoever we playing against, no matter what they have or the type of rotations they want to bring towards us. So I like the spacing. I like the adjustments that he's seen with Brazil, like somebody mentioned early in the game, how he realized that they wasn't really running no bigs out there. It was four guards. So he made some adjustments as well, put Michaela in, and I like overall just seeing what his mindset is and he just proved what we thought. He got it upstairs when it comes to the X and O's, especially on the offensive side of the ball when it comes to basketball.
I love that point. Like it seems like he really understood not only the X's and O's, but how to use that the personnel that he had out there, right? Trying to get the best out of the ladies that he had, and that's going to be a really big part of this as well. They had 53 points off the bench today, but that's an outlier with how many minutes everybody off the bench played in the
Mhm.
second half of this game. But I do think we're going to have, and I have the potential to have a really solid bench unit overall, and that's going to be
Yeah,
something that really helps his team out because there were times last year when we went to the bench, it was defense coming off the bench. We really didn't have much
that's it.
offense coming
Yeah.
off the bench at all.
And that's the thing, like straight defense. But like I said, we got Michaela's, we got the Kia Nurse that played pretty good. She started this game. I have a good feeling that going into the next game, I feel like she's gonna come off the bench because, like our coach said, she's gonna run a lot of rotations out there to see what he likes. But yeah, I,
Hold on,
I, I
real
like.
quick. First of all,
Shit.
it's sad that your mama had to die and realize her son's still a bitch ass nigga. How about that? I don't give a fuck about your dead ass mama. You can join her if you keep coming in here talking shit. Think that it's just about behind the mic. Come see me. Please do. Don't ever come in something I created being disrespectful. I don't give a fuck about your casket ready ass mama. How about that? I don't give a fuck about that. If you come in
You
here
should have
being
thought about
disrespectful.
that before you came in here
All
talking
right.
that big nigga shit.
Anyway,
Now
moving
motherfuckers
on.
want to bring up here. No, it's too late.
Exactly. I don't give
It's
a
too
damn
late.
about that.
Well, Michael Jackson said that goddamn, it's too late. You're my guest. It's too late. You came in. You can't come with our shit and then be mad at the ramifications. You came in here talking shit. Hey, we don't. Hey, we go to hell. We don't go to heaven. We go to hell.
Anyway, the bench rotation. Let's talk a little bit about that because Rachel Banham coming off the bench in this game, Michaela Onyewerde, E. Will, who was a monster coming off this bench, Haley Van Lith, what she showed off the bench in this one. How promising do you think this bench unit is?
It was way more promising, especially I say from a scoring side, because we didn't have, like you said, it was just pretty much defense and somewhat playmaking coming out of our bench in the last year's rendition of our team. We got multiple people that know how to put the ball in the basket, from the point guard to our two guards to our forwards to our E Wheels. Like E Wheel came in the game. I don't think she missed a shot tonight. Like she's gonna be the steady going force in the bench no matter what the rotation is. I think he gonna have her in the bench rotation no matter what it is. She probably gonna play the most bench minutes of anything. But I like the bench you got, like you just bring up Maddie. She came in and won running the floor. I think we was expecting a little bit more stretch for her, but she also showed that she could run on transition and showed that she's still a big at the end of the day. So I like that from Maddie as well. You got Tilly came on the short time she did. She showed that she could shoot. So
Silly.
that's threats to all the shooters in the league on the team right now. So yeah, I like the bench. The bench is way more productive, um, way more exciting, way more fundamentally sound. Want to be here. Like I can't ask for nothing else. Like I said, it's game one, but I liked everything I seen from this bench. Yes, there was some stagnant moments, but we weren't stagnant for a whole damn quarter like we was last year.
Yeah, the Maddie Westbell thing, like I was reading up a lot on that, like, and you said it during the live stream too. Had Maddie not had an injury, she probably would have easily been a first round pick, and that's where the Sky are going to get some really good value out of her as well. At like, and her ability to come in and play a different style than Angel at that four, but you still kind of figure where she can fit in next to E. Will, next to Kamilla if she plays minutes with Kamilla. Maddie Westbell can end up being one of those players we look back on and we're like, hey, I can't believe we got her where we got her at.
I think what she said, we kind of had that reaction once the name was said. We was like,
Yeah,
damn, she's still on the board.
exactly.
Yeah, like she's just that type of talent. I'm 100% fine saying that she's a first round talent, bar none. She's a first round talent. If she didn't get injured, she would have been a first round talent. We are lucky to get her. I think she's a shoe in to make the roster. I don't think there's no if ands above Morgan Birch. You might as well start looking for another team.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it just it like she's yeah, it's game one, but like I said, she made her presence known as game one, and that's all we can ask for.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And Maddie with her, and it's not just offensive. I know we're talking a lot about offensive right now, but like her defensive rotations were really good. She got caught out of position some,
Yeah,
um, but I think that like the rotations that she's able to do because she is able to rotate on the three or the four. I think that's going to be really good for this defense down the stretch.
and Levante, that's the scariest part.
Hey, listen, that's the part about all this. Like, she's not coming over this season,
That's the
but
scariest
to be
part.
able to add her next season, regardless of where the Sky, that Connecticut Sun draft pick falls, you're adding a top 10 pick next year to the team. It's crazy.
Yeah, every time. Like, and to be honest, like this team next year might look completely different because it's a lot of 1 year contracts on here. So I like that we know no matter what, she gonna be on this team regardless.
Yeah. What stood out to you as a bigger concern? I know we're talking a lot of positivity. What was a concern for you?
I would just say, I did see a little bit of not I want immaturity is a little. It's a reach. I think I'm looking for the wrong word, but I just seen the youthness in Tyler Marsh. Like I felt like there was just times where we needed a timeout and he just let them play through.
Mhm.
And that was probably my biggest concern. Like and there's gonna be times he's gonna have to learn as a head coach game managing skills, which I'm not gonna be too hard on as of right now. But that was probably the only thing I was like, ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes with being a head coach. Like it's gonna come over time. He's gonna have his bumps and bruises. I think there are gonna be times as well. Called out the timeout thing, like learning that to like not let runs get too far away from you. Now they were playing with the lead the whole entirety of this
Yeah,
game, so maybe he felt like let me just let them play through it. It is what it is. It's a preseason game against a national team, but that's going to be definitely something to look out for Tuesday when we take on. Is it the Lynx?
yeah, we playing links back to back.
Links back to back. So that's on Tuesday, and then we play them again, I think, Saturday. So those are going to be our last two preseason games. But overall, man, this is a really positive experience. You got to see a lot of the changes right away. You got to see
Everybody.
what we've been hearing talked about as far as how they wanted to change the offense. You saw that right away. That's the thing that's evident. It's clear. Like you said, that's a mixture between the new coaching and the new players that are on this team. Also, he's going to have to continue to figure it out, man.
Yeah, for sure. And figure it out. They shall. In the next two games, they're gonna have to figure it out quick because they're not gonna play with them. This team, this Minnesota team coming in pissed off because they feel like they should have won last year. So I ain't gonna argue against them now, but I will say they had to go take it. But at the same time, I ain't mad at it. But hey, we shall see what this team is really capable of against these next two meetings in this preseason.
Yeah, that's true. Shamika says, I didn't see much from Atkins. Atkins only took 2 shots today.
Yeah,
Is that a concern for you, Steve, or do you think that
no,
was more of a pacing yourself? It's just a preseason game?
no. Once I seen Kia Nurse taking all those shots, it was like, oh, Tyler gave her the green light.
Mhm.
Go out there and play make Ariel, and that's what she was doing. She was out there making passes, took shots if she needed to, but she didn't force anything. So I wouldn't necessarily say one thing I know about anybody on this team. I know what Ariel can do, so I'm not worried about her adjusting when it comes down to it. Because when it's just when you just need Erica to be Ariel, which is just go score,
Mhm.
she'll go do that. But I don't think that was the objective tonight. Because with us playing everybody, it wouldn't make sense for him to be like, okay, Tyler, go ahead, Ariel, go do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and I think also, like, especially with, like, they're trying to figure out their starting 3, and it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense that you started Kia Nurse. You gave her a lot of shots today, kind of see where she's going to fit in. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Rebecca Allen or somebody else start a
Yeah.
game at 3-2 to kind of see the dynamic there. But I think there was a lot of trying to make sure he has an idea of how he wants the rotation and that starting 3 to work out. But I think some of this was just trying to solidify some of those things before I worry too. Now, if the regular season starts and Ariel Atkins is taking 2 and 4
Then
shots,
I'm gonna worry.
then I'm gonna worry. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm not gonna worry too much. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Any last thoughts, Steve, before we get up out of here?
Hey, no, make sure y'all tune in for the next live call. We gonna be in it, and it's gonna be lit.
Absolutely. We have a lot of fun on the live call. If y'all haven't joined playback, y'all should definitely join the playback. That's where you can watch the game live with us. The actual game is on the screen on the background where you hear us talking. You can choose if you want to listen to us or more of the game as well. So make sure you guys stay on. We're going to be using the playback a lot this upcoming season. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. You can follow us at Chicago Sky Pod. Send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And lastly, if you guys want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799 with the #1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. We out, y'all.